Hello. Okay. Namaskar. Now today webinar. I'm on behalf of Library Professional Association. I'm going to start the today program, and I must request all the participants and all the participants. You just mute your audio, video both, and watch the program. And if you have any problem, then we do upload all the recording on YouTube, and link will be shared with you. So today program is basically hosted in the collaboration of Moving World and Library Professional Association, and program is moderated by Madam Lalita Dheer, and I'm not taking much time, all of you, but there is a few announcement for the participants. As we announced in the flyer, for certificate, basically, I got lot many queries from the participants. So I am, as a Library Professional Association representative, I'm very clear about it. We mentioned in the flyer, those who want participation certificate, they must contribute ₹50 for the professional development. Okay, that is not the fee, that is not any charge. This is the professional development fee. So you can deposit to the LPA account. So the Paytm number and account detail are also provided to all of you in the Google form. And till now, though who not submitted the fee, then I request you, after the program, you are not submitting the fee for this certificate, because that is not entitlement, because unnecessarily you are creating the problem for me as well as for you also. So those who are registered with for certificate, they definitely get the certificate within 2-3 days. And all the LPA members, those who had the membership of lifetime membership of the Library Professional Association, this webinar certification is free for them. So that is the benefit of the certificate. That is the benefit of the membership, and always in the conference and webinar. So they have the extra benefit as a library professional members. So this is my humble request. So all the participants will cooperate for this, and I hand over the platform to Lalita ji. She is the moderator for today.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Anand. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Lalita Dheer, on behalf of Library Professional Association, New Delhi, welcome each and every participant and our esteemed speaker. Your participation is valued by us because it shows that you are very much interested to listen about the theme of today's webinar, and you are keen for the profession lectures. And now, LPA has organized many webinars during this lockdown period and many more to come. It shows that during lockdown period, we are also going at the pace of achievements through webinars and other intellectual lectures. Now, I request Dr. R.N. Malviya, President of LPA, to brief about the LPA and the theme of today's webinar. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. Ramanand Malviya, President of Library Professional Association, welcome you all on this webinar on promoting reading among communities through public libraries. The speaker of today's webinar is Dr. Neeza Singh, librarian TS Central State Library, Chandigarh, and a mentor in early India and South Asia. Dr. Neeza Singh will speak on the promoting reading among communities through public libraries. This topic is very important for all professionals, teachers, researchers, and academicians. Library Professional Association welcomes Dr. Neeza Singh for accepting our request and sparing her valuable time. This webinar has drawn widespread attention and overwhelming response both in the terms of participation and choice of subjects, its current needs and importance for the teachers, researchers, and library professionals. Now I request Mrs. Lalita Dheer, Library Professional Association, Regional Coordinator, Chandigarh, to proceed. Over to Mrs. Lalita Dheer.
Thank you, Dr. Vijay. To brief about Dr. Singh's achievements, I say that she is gold medalist from Punjab University in the field of library science. She is working as a librarian in the teaching center. She has more than 18 years of experience in this profession. She has been awarded Zindagi Award and the Best Public Librarian Award from the LPA. She has published and presented many papers in the international conferences and the national conferences. She has traveled many foreign countries, Chicago, San Francisco, and many more to public libraries and many more achievements. Name has been displayed in the wall of fame by the Foundation, and it has many unprivileged people and working throughout for the profession. And I welcome each and every participant. I will not take much time to request you your time, and you please listen. Thank you. Now I hand over the mic to you. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, ma'am Lalita, for your kind words of introduction. It is a great moment for me today as I'm going to talk about my favorite topic, that is promoting reading habit amongst the community, and that too by the public libraries. And I'm really thankful to the Library Professionals Association, LPA, for giving me this platform to spread what's going on in the public libraries. It's a matter of great pride to us. And the topic is very relevant to all librarians. I'm going to talk in my presentation about public libraries, what they are doing to promote reading culture amongst the community, but it has very much relevance for the school librarians, college librarians, university librarians. Although my presentation is going to be a kind of a virtual tour, I'm going to give introductions, of course, but it's going to be a kind of a virtual tour, which I want each one of you to enjoy and other librarians to maybe take ideas. And later on in the question answer session, we can discuss about it. And I'll just share my screen now.
Yeah, perfectly fine, Neeza ji. Please go ahead.
Anji. Before I start, another thing I want to mention that I was a panelist in one of the webinars a few days back, and we were just discussing about the COVID pandemic and what libraries can do in that. And I was one of the panelists for the public libraries. I just had time for 5 minutes, but what I revealed in my talk at that time, the people, they were so surprised, and later I got so many messages that our public libraries doing all those things. So I was a little taken aback that why public libraries are not known to people. And I answered queries to many that this all has been happening and all. And I just told you about the pandemic times, and you don't know about the normal times. So this was a very relevant topic to take up for the librarians, for the public, for the community to know what public libraries across India are doing. So to start with, I've taken these lines from Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore's essay, This was an essay on functions of libraries, and I came across this essay one of these days when it was his birth anniversary, and we hosted a few competitions. So I came across this essay. So I will just read through and you just try to get through it. And it has very much relevance to do with reading and a library culture, the attitude of librarians, and how the whole vicious circle works. Because it has books, it is incumbent on the library to get them read, for then alone it is justified. The functions of a public library is justified only if the community comes and reads. That the readers make the library is the whole truth. Likewise, the library makes the readers. If readers are coming to the library, then the whole purpose is not solved, but the library's main role is also lying with the concept that if the people are coming to the libraries, if you are presenting, if you are offering them what they want, so community can turn into readers. That library can be called hospitable, which shows an eagerness to invite readers. Librarians should have qualities of host, not a storekeeper. With these words, we just move on to the main thing I'm talking about, reading in the communities. So why reading? Number one, reading reduces stress. As you all know, and we've all witnessed in this pandemic times, that people have been staying home during this lockdown, and books were a really helpful tool for them. People who had the habit of reading could easily manage this stress. Further, it helps us build a better vocabulary, stimulates imagination, lights up new ideas, improves focus and concentration, improves memory, language skills, new knowledge. It makes you smarter for entertainment purpose. So the list goes on. Who doesn't know the advantages of reading? And with reading, I want to mention here that reading and writing, it cannot be separated. Reading and writing go hand in hand. If reading is breathing in, then writing is breathing out. Because you might have seen the authors and the writers, the poets, whosoever is writing, is into writing, is also into reading. If you don't read, you can't write. So that's the way it goes on. Good libraries build services, great libraries build communities. And here in this topic today, we are talking about how the libraries build communities. And specifically in this topic today, I'm going to speak about the reading part of the public libraries. So public libraries has endless functions to serve the communities in different ways, not just for reading purpose, because public libraries, books is one part, but doing community services and awareness services in all walks of life is the work of a public library. Because we are serving right from the womb to the grave. That means a newborn child, or for that matter, even before that, when the child is in the womb of the mother, it is said that the child can hear if he or she is in the womb. So at that time, if the mothers read, it has a very, very positive impact on the child. So coming to our public libraries. So this community part, this learning part in the community, reading, the main role lies with the libraries and public libraries in particular, because we have all these communities to serve to. So as it is said, public libraries is of the community, by the community, and for the community. Generally in India, when we talk about public libraries, there's a general picture coming in the mind of the shelves and books and dusty places. This is the picture of a public library in general throughout the world. This is a scenario. In public libraries in India, there's a mixed bag. Some libraries are fortunate to have infrastructure and some don't have infrastructure. But each and every librarian is striving to provide the best of services it can in really meager resources or no resources. Financial crunches, staff crunches, all these problems are there. And even the public library in the system in various states, districts, whatsoever, doesn't have a parity or equal functioning. That is lacking in India, but let me tell you, each and every public librarian is trying to do the best he or she is able to. Now, libraries, they're not about keeping books and newspaper in the libraries. And that is not expected out of a library. It is the actual engagement which goes on with the community and actually connection what goes on. And it's not limited to confining in one's own walls in the library. We can go outreach people. Those who do not come to the library, we can go and serve them to their places where they are living. And a lot of services revolve around this. And this way also we can inculcate the reading habit. Now, how can public libraries promote reading? It's through physical spaces. You give them a very comfortable place to sit. You display books, and the environment is very, very viable for people. Then the collection, the kind of collection which you're offering to them, is it matching to what the community wants? So that way it works. And involving all the communities with you, various library activities to promote reading, library marketing and advocacy. This is very, very important. And later, we outreach beyond the four walls. Now, I'll be discussing them in a little detail before we go on to our virtual tour, which I mentioned. So library activities. What kind of activities can library do to inculcate reading habit? Book displays, very attractive book displays can be made in the library. One option is to display the books, the new arrivals in the library. Next, you can display books on any relevant theme which is going on, or relevant or important day which is going on. Another very important display is the display of the returned books. I happened to visit a library in Singapore. So when we entered the library, the first rack we could see was just returned books. The importance of this rack lies that the community knows what is the trend, what people are reading. So they get attracted to those books and they pick up that book. So you also can imply this in your libraries. It works really well. Then book talks, regular book talks can be organized in the library. Either some people who have read those books, they can talk about that books. This can be a regular feature. Book clubs on monthly basis, some clubs can be organized in which they discuss about books. Reading buddies in which the people of the community which have same interests of reading, they can come together and they can form this. Reading challenge program, this has been done by various libraries. In this, the students or the elders or the housewives, they are required to read a certain number of books and they have to do that challenge. Then walkathons, reading lists. Reading lists is very useful. It's not much practiced here in India. In schools, somewhere it is. But if you go abroad, over there, they have kept reading lists in which the age criteria has been followed through the books. That means books are mentioned age-wise. When you enter the library, some brochures are kept, what age group can read which books, and those books are available in the library. So the parents don't have much a problem to locate for books and just to keep wondering what books my child should read. These lists have already been curated and provided. Read aloud session. Open access is very important. There are some libraries which keep their books closed in cupboards. It is very important to leave them open, to browse through. If you come across a book, then you might want to read that. Storytelling sessions, book reviews, book release, author talks. You invite authors to your library. They can talk about their books. So in this way, the authors also get a good platform. The readers are getting it live to hear from authors, but authors are also getting a very good platform to present their new books, what they've published or the old ones, and to discuss about it. Then another one is talk about the book you read and your favorite character. This can be done with children also and adults also. So such sessions can be held in the library in which the other readers also get motivated by listening to them. Then library advocacy. This is a very important. Many times I've heard librarians talking about that we don't have these resources. How are we able to serve them? We are not getting proper sales and all that. But let me tell you, if you talk positive about your library, that makes a lot of difference. People will respect you. They will come to you. Further, you can organize walkathons, marathons in the public to create awareness about reading. Participate in fairs and festivals because that's the place where maximum community is coming and you have a very good platform to promote what you are doing. Then you have to show your presence on important occasions. For example, a World Tourism Day function is going on with the administration or your state government. Try to participate in that in some way or the other. You will make your presence. Then, of course, outreach programs. Now, involving all community, generally we talk what is the community and what type of community we are to serve. So the public library has a really big advantage of involving and serving all the communities. So that's why I always say that it lies on the shoulders of the public librarians and the public libraries because they have this power to serve all the communities. So basically on the basis of geographical area, we can divide communities. Maybe it's urban, rural, that is village library, semi-urban, or in some classes, or on the basis of their thematics, occupations, that is, or their ideological preferences, that is, they're either disabled or LGBTQs, illiterate, either it's a weavers community, either it's domestic workers, religion, and all that. So this shows all kind of communities to be involved in. Now, before I start with my presentation, I want to mention here about the Reading Mission 2022. This reading mission, it aims to address the lost glory of reading books. It had been started by P.N. Panikkar from Kerala, and this movement started with Kerala. Every year they've been doing this reading day, which is fixed for the June 19th, and a reading month celebration, which goes on from 19th June to 18th July. So now, after the Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji, he inaugurated one of the sessions in 2017. You can see the picture here. So he wanted this to become a national movement. So now the reading mission is not only in Kerala, but it is spread to other states and union territories. A lot of people might not know about this, but let me tell you, every year during this time, there's a letter sent by the advisor of Niti Aayog to all the governments, all the secretaries, and the administrators of states and union territories to promote this through libraries, schools, colleges, universities, so that we can be at one platform. As you all know, Kerala has 100% literacy, and this has a biggest role in that. So if you are a learned community, you can do lots. During this pandemic times also, Kerala was almost the first state to have a case of COVID-19, and the cases grew like everything, but they were able to manage it so well. This is all because of literacy and their reading habits. So now I'm going to share what public libraries in India are doing, and from here our virtual tour starts. First of all, I'm going to tell you what my library, that is the M.M.Central State Library, Chandigarh, is doing to promote reading amongst the community, to involve the community. So this is our beautiful building in Chandigarh, and surrounded by beautiful lawns and fountains. So this makes the ambience very welcoming for the public. They feel like coming. They want to sit here in the lawns. They want to read here. They want to enjoy the environment. So the physical spaces do matter. The salient features are that we are open all 7 days. The people who cannot come on the weekdays, they can come on the weekends. Mostly the public libraries throughout India, they are functioning on Sundays. But we are open all 7 days. We are fully computerized. We are using Lipsys software. We have WebOPAC. People sitting at home can access our catalog, and they can know the holdings of our libraries sitting at home. Then we have RFID. We have free Wi-Fi access to all the readers who want to read on their laptops, who want to read on their mobiles. All these services are also provided. Then we offer regular children workshops. Now, organizing children workshops has indirectly to do with their reading habits. How? Now, if we involve, children are not interested in reading these days, especially in the north, I would say. So you invite them to the library for various competitions. They sit in the section and they want to involve themselves in the reading of books as well. So these two go side by side. Then we organize various competitions for schools and colleges where these children and students come to the library and they participate in the competition. And this is also a kind of a library advocacy. This is one of the poster which has been prepared by a student for a slogan writing competition on reading. So people who read are the best kind of people. Regular storytelling sessions are organized in which the children are really interested. They read the stories. Similar theme stories are also displayed in the library at that time, so that when the children are going back, they can issue those books. They can take away those books home. So it's a proper curated books that is offered to them. Illustrated bookmaking workshop is a big hit in our library. In this workshop, children create their own books. You can see one girl here, she's creating a book. And on the other side, on your right, you can see the way we have displayed them in a library. So these books become part of our collection. And other children come and see these books, and they're really motivated by seeing these books. So this is also a very good idea, which other school libraries, I must say, can really apply in their libraries. Creative writing workshops. Like I already said, reading and writing go hand in hand. If they are reading, then you can develop their writing skills as well. So this workshop is also very, very important for children. They know how to write different kind of stories, how to take out what it is in their mind. Children have a lot of ideas. Believe me, they are so intelligent. And this way they get a platform how to write their ideas. So these workshops are also very, very important. Next is we offer open mic from time to time. In this, our readers and our members and non-members both, they are invited to speak whatever they want. They can speak self-written poetry, an essay about a book they've read. So this is open mic. So this has also been a very successful event in our libraries, in which right from a child up till an adult, they get a chance to come and speak about their writings of what they've read. So this is also a very important contribution towards reading. Regular book launches are held in our library. Authors want to come and they want to launch their books. So why would authors want to come to the library? This is the best platform they can get. Their books are kept in those libraries. Plus, if we involve the community in all such activities, your library will be happening and vibrant, and authors would also want to come there and launch their books. I would want to tell you that in Chandigarh Library, we've also kept a separate section for the authors of Chandigarh. So this is a big advantage for them. Their books are kept separately. Reading month celebrations, just like I told you earlier, the Prime Minister launched that reading mission. So we also participate, and a lot of other libraries in India are doing this. So we also do these reading month celebrations and different kinds of activities which are held specifically during this period. Although we do it throughout the year, but you say, this is just, you can say Hindi mein, we say, I don't know, and many understand Hindi, but ek bahana mil jata hai, you get an opportunity, a chance, a platform to represent yourself in the national movement. Regular book displays on different themes, like I told you earlier. So this is one of the themes. We did this for Vijay Divas, in which the books are displayed. And another one you can see here of the International Yoga Day. So we not only display books, but we organize impromptu quiz for that. We have kept some questions. We fold those questions. I mean, write on the paper, fold them, put it in the box. People just pick out those questions and they try to answer, and they've just given a small token, maybe a pen or a pencil. So this also is a really big hit in our library. Readers come forward and they want to participate in these everyday quizzes. Then summer reading program. This is also a very important program. We have a lot of reading activities during our summer camps. And also in this, we have a partnership kind of a program with school libraries, in which the schools want the children to read and go to a public library. So this way, more children will come to the library, because it is a school homework in that case. And they are giving some special themes or titles to read. So they read those books. They are required to write book reviews, interview the librarian. So such kind of programs also really promote reading among the school children. Orientation and library visits, they are very regular. When the school or college session starts, we write to the principals inviting them to send their students to visit the library along with their teachers. So we have an appointments lined up for a few months, and class-wise, the children come to us. Digital literacy for the senior citizens. This we do for the senior citizens because many of them, they are not able to use the digital devices for digital reading. So this one is very important for them. And this we are doing in partnership with an organization, an NGO, which works for the senior citizens and their causes. So this way we do a lot of programs like financial literacy, digital literacy, health issues for the senior citizens, because they are a very important part of our community. Face-to-face with authors. Regularly, we are inviting authors and they are talking about their books. The readers, they listen to the author live and they feel interested to read their books. And this is a very good platform for them. Celebration of important days. We do celebrate important days like Earth Day, Yoga Day. Apart from the celebration of these important days, we do book displays on the themes of these important days in the different sections of the library. Like in the children library, the books which are available for the children will be displayed, and likewise for adults. Similarly here, we have some workshops for women, cookery workshop, art and craft workshop, and similarly, books will be displayed in the library on these topics, like cookery books if we are organizing a workshop on cookery. So these really motivate them to read books once they've attended the sessions. Similarly, blood donation and organ donation camps, we make awareness programs. What is the use? What are the benefits to the society? And similarly, the books will also be displayed in this regard. So our events and motivating a community to use books go hand in hand. Motivational talks for the students who are preparing for civil services or other exams. They just sit and at the time when they are not able to clear the exam, they get demotivated. So regularly we are organizing these motivational talks to keep them hooked to reading and keep their words going. Cultural programs are organized by us. Authors, trilingual Kavi Sammelans, that means poetry recitation, and dramas, cultural programs of song and dance, all form a part of the public library activities, but these are very relevant and we can relate them to the reading part as well. Honoring events, we do very special honoring events. This picture you see was organized on the Women's Day, and the women readers of our library in various fields were honored in that. So this was depending on the kind of books they were reading. Then annual prize distribution is a regular feature in our library. We hold competitions throughout the year, and at this platform, we invite them, winners, and we honor them with certificates and trophies. Apart from the winners of competitions, we also honor some readers like best family reader, best child reader, best student reader, best women reader. So these categories are also there in our prize distribution function, and the families feel really motivated because some grandparents are also coming to the library, parents and the children, 3 generations coming together. And I've also witnessed a 4-generation people coming to our library. So these kind of honors, they really give them a boost to use the library. Book exhibitions are very regular, especially during the reading week, that is, which is organized starts from the 14th of November up till 20th of November. So at this time, this is the library week and a lot of competitions and everything is organized. Books exhibition is one of the very important parts in this to promote reading, of course. Then to further be with the community, we are on social media, especially these days in time of pandemic. Social media has been a real help for all of us to connect to the community. So the Central State Library Chandigarh, we have our own Facebook page, we have our own blog, and we have our own WhatsApp groups. Other attractive services which we offer is free internet and Wi-Fi. As I already told you earlier, books on demand. So we go by the demand of the readers as well in the purchase of our books. We have kept separate registers for that in which they've noted. And those books are called off, or we rather purchase them. Then renew books over phone. We have this facility to renew books over phone. If a person has not read these books over 14 days of time, which is our general circulation rule, they can renew their books over phone as well. Then free home delivery of books to the disabled and senior citizens. Those people who are temporarily disabled, that means they've met with an accident and they cannot come to the library, as well as the senior citizens, we have free home delivery service for them. And this is much appreciated by our community. And this really adds to the reading, promoting reading amongst the community. Then movie shows, we regularly organize movie shows, but we have a little twist to that, especially if we are showing it to children. Before that, we have a session in which children talk about those books, or if we are playing a movie which is based on a book, so we talk about that. So in any case, we just relate all this and becomes a vicious circle. Email service is also there. They can email the library about the demand of books, renew their books. WhatsApp services, we've made different groups. We have around 6 groups of different categories, and we send them what is going to happen in a library, the new arrival of books, results of competition, any other social message or any message on an important day. This all is sent to the community, and especially in this pandemic times, we've been sending them some really important information and links to some e-resources which are freely available on the public domain. In our blog also, we have information like that, free newspapers, that means e-newspapers, other podcasts, other lectures, links to other libraries of the world. So all this resource material has been provided on our blog. And it is very easy to do that. It is free to make a blog, and you can upload all the freely available resources on that. So that makes a very good all-over resource for you, for your public libraries. Or for that matter, any library. Blog is a very important part nowadays. Now going beyond the 4 walls of the library, I just told you about the activities which we are doing in the library. Now the purpose of outreach is to deliver service outside. It has an education role to it, and to cause an awareness of the existing reading services which the library is providing. The people who are not able to come to the library, we go out to them to let them know what the library is offering, to make our presence amongst them so they feel motivated to come to the library and read. So these are some of the library outreach activities that we are doing. We go to the slums, we talk to the people, we let them know library exists, what services are available for them. The next picture you can see on the right is a picture of walkathon. This has been organized in Chandigarh's most famous place, Sukna Lake. And a lot of people come there in the morning to do their morning walks. So we went to that place, taking all these banners, and we walked on the pavement of the lake and made people aware about what are we offering. In this movement, not only the library staff, but our library readers were also involved. And very soon, the public also walked towards it. They were really feeling motivated, and they also walked with us. And we do regular programs with schools. We generally invite people for library orientation, school children to our library. But if they are not able to come to our libraries, it especially happens with the government school children, we go to their school and we offer them services there. And we also organize plays on the importance of reading in libraries at various platforms, be it a community center, be it a slum area, or any happening, a main function of the Chandigarh administration, we really make it sure that such kind of activities are happening and the public is motivated to read. They know that public library exists and what all it's offering. Then storytelling outside to the communities. Now here you see a picture of a slum area and the other picture is of a Buddhist monastery. Whenever it's possible, we always go out of our library and we go to these communities for reading sessions. Let me tell you, friends, it's not a difficult thing to do. If you can't invite a resource person, every one of us has it in us. Don't we teach our own children? So if we get involved with these children of the community, it makes a lot of difference to them. You get involved with them, you know their demands, you know what are they suffering through, you know what their level is. So these things are very, very important. So I would request you just try to make a little effort in that. Next is, this is a reading program for the government schools. Conduct these kind of programs and we just know, because generally these children which I cover here is a school in a slum. So their reading abilities are not at par with children, at the same level as children of private schools. So you really need to involve with them, know their reading skills and just motivate them to read more. And not of their level, like if this class is of class 4, don't give them a class 4 level book, give them a KG level book so that they are able to read and they feel motivated and slowly they've come up to their own reading levels. So I do this for my library also, especially in the children section, where parents come and they ask what my child should read. He or she is not interested in reading. So I said, start with a basic book. Maybe it's a picture book. They say, my child is in class 6 or 7. This is a class 1 book. I said, so what? Reading is reading and picture book is not meant for just children. And those stories are just not meant for children alone. Anybody can read it. Whatever the child is attracted to, just make them read that. Stalls at book fairs and carnivals in Chandigarh. When we participate in these carnivals and fairs, there are a lot of people who've been living in Chandigarh since long and they just don't know the presence of the public library. And I'm sure this is happening in other states of India as well. So this is a very good platform for us to showcase our work, to know our presence, because a lot of people from all parts of the community, they participate in these fairs and carnivals and they're attending with their whole families. And they are really, really interested. And we organize some activities also for them over here, maybe some art and craft, some reading activity, some puppet show. So these kind of things make them attract towards public libraries and reading. We have a brochure and we have pamphlets. Wherever we go for outreach programs, we distribute these pamphlets so that the word spreads among the community, even to children who come for orientation to the library. The whole class comes for orientation to the library. We give them these brochures. They go back home, they discuss with their parents, and they come to the library to take membership. So that way it works. This is also a very interesting thing. We made library stickers for vehicles for the marketing stuff. So we offered these stickers to our members. They've put it on their vehicles and the people notice these stickers. They know the presence of the library. They come to the library and the reading happens. Library at your doorstep, which I already told you. We have our staff members who deliver books to the senior citizens at home and to the temporarily disabled people. Celebration of important days. We do go out and we do such kind of programs with children to tell them about the importance of those important days, and then they should come to the library. We have books which contain information of all that, and they get connected to the books. We are also in collaboration with the national, various national motives and missions, and this one is the Swachh Bharat thing. So this is also part of the library initiatives. And we also go to the Nari Niketans, that is women destitute homes and juvenile homes. We take books with us, magazines with us. We have kept racks over there. We give them books. They read those books and they go on in circulation. For example, we give them 100 books for a particular time, we take them back, and the next time we go, we take more books with us. So in this type, we do services for the underprivileged and try to inculcate reading habit among them. There was also a success story in the juvenile home part. A juvenile home person, when he turned 18, he was moved away from this juvenile home, and he came to the library. He wanted membership, and he didn't have money at that time. We supported him, but now he's such a vicious reader. He started studying, and he's completed his degree in college, and now he has been offered a job in the UK, and he was supposed to that, but God wonders when he's going to join. Because of this pandemic, everything is closed. So if we serve the community, we have such success stories, and which make the public libraries or the libraries in general to the pivotal part. Then for the differently abled, we go to the Blind Institute, Blind School. We let them know what all facilities we have in our library. We do have facilities in our library for the blind people. We have softwares for them, and some readers do come to our library to do that. And for the promotion of these tools and what all we are offering, so we go and promote these things to the institute itself. For old age homes, we go to the old age homes, we give books there. We even do some poetry telling ourselves. We pick up a book, we read, because these old people, they've been generally left by their families, and they feel so welcome, they feel so warm if we go and talk to them. So this way also we ask them to read books so that they'll be stress-free and a kind of an entertainment. So these sessions are also very, very important. This is a very, very unique thing. We participated in the Chandigarh administration's Republic Day Parade. This was the first time any library ever participated. And I think maybe it's going to be the first time in India as well. So we took all these banners, hoarding, we made this nice truck decorated, and the staff walked ahead of this truck, and we spread this message of reading and libraries, and it was much appreciated by the community. So these kind of endeavors, they are very important. If you're doing something, you have to let people know what you're doing. Otherwise, it's of no use. If people don't know, if community doesn't know what's happening, what are they being offered, mind you, these things have no meanings. You have to show your presence. So this was all about the Chandigarh library. I've just covered about the activities which comes in the reading part. Apart from that, we are doing a lot more activities for the development of the community, but maybe we can take that sometime later, because today the topic revolves around the reading part. So not only Chandigarh, other libraries across India, they are doing an excellent job in whatever resources they are provided or there's available, because I understand there is a problem, and everybody understands there is a problem getting much resources, much funds. They have to manage with the meager things. Here at this point of time, I really want to share a story with you. There was one man, and there was a fire in the jungle rather, and there was a village right besides the jungle. A man, he took a bucket of water and he started walking towards the jungle to put off the fire. The other villagers stopped him. That, why are you going? Your one bucket of water is not going to make much a difference. But that man replies, he said, my bucket of water is not going to make much difference, doesn't matter. But whenever this jungle fire will be talked about in future, my name is going to come. My contribution is going to be remembered, that at least this man tried to do something. So friends, it's just about being part of the movement, just doing your bit. Things automatically fall into place after some time, maybe. And you don't have to worry about the results. You just do your own bit. So with this, I start with what other libraries across India are doing. So this first is the M.M.Central State Library, Patiala. Have been organizing really important programs to promote reading, to reach to the community. One picture you can see is a picture of the police personnel. They are being motivated that they have such a pressurized job to do, they must come to reading, they must come to library, they must issue books, and their stress will be low because of that. And they really understood this part, and they're really motivated, and they started using that library. Also, radio talks and shows are being done to promote people that the importance of reading. What's the importance of reading, through which the community gets motivated. Next, the district library, Amritsar, they do a very special program on weekly basis, is the meditation program. The readers which are using the library, they are doing meditation, and their stress level decreases, and they are motivated to read more. Their sitting in the library becomes longer because of that. This is a very innovative service, and this is a very important service. Then they've also opened their centers in hospitals for the people who are coming to get their health issues solved, and also for the doctors. The Delhi Public Library is doing a very array of activities. They have their book donation box, and they are doing reading and writing activities for children, regular talks to motivate reading, essay writing competitions, debates. So all reading and writing comes all together. So they are doing a lot of activities. Government Public Library, Allahabad. I'm sorry I couldn't get the exact picture of what I'm talking about, because somehow I lost that picture, and I asked the librarian to send me again, but he was not keeping well. But what I want to talk to you here is that Kumbh Mela in Allahabad, everybody is very familiar with, Allahabad now called Prayagraj. So this Kumbh Mela, millions of people flock this Mela. And at this time, the Government Public Library of Allahabad, they organize a book display, a book exhibition here. So this really motivates the children. It's such a motivating factor that people who are coming here from all walks of life, they see the books there. They get motivated to read books. Those who are waiting for their darshans. So this pandal has been separately set up for the books. This is a very important step in this regard. Not even this, the State Central Library in Allahabad is also doing a lot of things for the promotion of reading. Regularly, they are organizing sessions and workshops for the librarians, how to inculcate reading habit, and they themselves are organizing a lot of programs for children. Next, we go on to the Divisional Library, Kota, Rajasthan. This library is doing a tremendous job. Here, I'm just sharing with you about their audio, that is ebooks collection, which has been a very big hit amongst them. Then they have a section of screen books as well. Screen books means the books out of which the movies have been made. So this is a very special section, and everybody looks forward to it. They also have a video lecture facility in their library. Anybody who wants to prepare video lectures can go here. Then they have opened its doors for the LGBT community. This is the second library in India which started services for the transgenders. And this has been a very, very welcoming step for the transgenders. Now they also can come to these libraries and use this library without hesitation. This is a very, very positive step. Next is the Pune Marathi Granthalaya. Although this library is offering a array of activities, but here in my presentation, I just want to focus one special activity which they did and they are doing is for the children of the sex workers. So they are going to these red light areas, and they have the community centers in those areas, and these all children are of the sex workers. So they organize reading programs for them, writing programs for them. On the left side, you can see they wrote about what they read. So this way they motivate them to read, motivate them to study, motivate them to do something in their lives. So this is such an important step for this part, this section of our community. I need to hide the faces of these children because this is a highly secretive place and we were not allowed to show the faces of these children. Now, the Central State Library, Goa, they have a state-of-art infrastructure. They have 4 auditoriums for different activities, which they do for their reading. And it's a high-tech library. And here is a picture of their mobile library. It's a beautiful bus with full infrastructure, and it goes to different places in Goa, and it reaches out to people where people cannot come to the library. So they are also doing a very wonderful job. Next, we have the State Library of Hyderabad. In this library, they, apart from the regular book exhibitions, they are organizing meetings with the readers of the library who are very actively involved in the purchase of the books, and they have reading sessions here. And towards the extreme left, right, you can see this picture in which documentaries are being shown in the library, in the outside of the library space. So a lot of people throng to see these activities, and this is a very good effort by the Central State Library of Hyderabad. Now coming to the Readers Forum. There are some libraries in South India, especially the Tamil Nadu and Kerala, which I'm aware of, that they have these Readers Forum. Now, what is Readers Forum? Is that they are part of the community and they have formed a Readers Forum to work with the steps along with the library to organize various programs, and they've been doing that. It's a major contribution to these libraries by the public, because like I told you in my first slide, by the public and for the by the community and for the community. So this really fits into this whole picture. So let us see what these libraries are doing. I start with the State Library of Kerela. So they regularly organize these reading challenges programs in which the community is asked to read certain books, and they are met with those challenges and they are awarded prizes with that. Then story workshops are being organized, how to tell stories, and a lot of masses of people, they join in together, be it a child or be it an adult, they just come together for these workshops. And each year they have a poetry festival in which the self-composed poetry of the people of the community, as well as really known poets, they come together and they discuss their poetry. So this is also a very welcoming step. Then summer school is also being organized. They have a separate budget, let me tell you, around 3.5 lakh rupees, which started from, I think, 2000 onwards. And they have a separate budget to exclusively do these summer programs during the summer vacations of children, and array of activities are done. Then first transgender member was introduced in this library. Like I told you, the Kota library was the second one to introduce services for gender. The Kerela library is the first one. Not only the state library, but wonderful work has been done by the village Panchayat libraries. This one is from the Vallapatnam library. And let me tell you that excellent services are being done in this library. Literary example of how to involve the different parts of the community. The first picture you see here is about the diary which is released. Whatever the readers are reading, they are maintaining a diary to write what they've read. And a proper book release function of those diaries was conducted in that. Then they have regular mentorship programs as well. You see writers, movie directors, or actors, or other expert people in their part. They are coming to the library to mentor the readers so that they know what is going on in the field and motivate them to read. And a lot of excellent programs are being done in that. This one is the District Central Library in Tiruvannamalai, Tamil Nadu. This is a very unique program which has been done. This is called Pidi Padi Soul in their own language. So what happens in this activity is their children are divided into groups. Then they are supposed to discuss the story which has been, or the book which has been assigned to that group, and a lot of activities are done on that storybook. So different groups hear each other, listen to each other, and I feel motivated to read more and participate in these activities. So this activity has been a big hit in the Tiruvannamalai library in Tamil Nadu. District Library, Coimbatore, although they are doing really good, but this is a unique thing that they do. They have branded one of their vehicles for the reading culture. A lot of quotes about reading, they are mentioned on this car, and this car moves around in the community carrying books, promote reading habits. So this is an excellent initiative by them. Next, this is the district library in Trichy. They are doing an array of activities from different parts of the community, whether it's an autistic child or disabled or anything, but these two specific services I would like to mention here. They're doing a lot for the visually impaired. They have all sorts of service. They have voice donation service. People record their voice and send audios to them. It's an audio library in which people themselves have donated their voice to read some books for the visually impaired, and they are used a lot. And then they have this Learning English Together, a special program on weekly basis in which any citizen of the community can learn English. So their English becomes better, they're able to read better. So this way this activity is carried on. Central State Library in Tripura, they are also offering wonderful services and regular training programs for the visually impaired. The librarians are themselves doing it, not over here in all the slides which I mentioned. They are self-motivated and they really want to serve the community. This also you can see, the visually impaired people, they are being taught how to use the equipment, how to use the braille part of the reading. So now this part was all about the general activities that we are doing. So this pandemic was a big challenge for the public libraries in particular, because we were really one-to-one involved with the community, go into the community visiting to us. So this was really challenging, but the social media was a great platform for all of us. And I'm just going to share something what we've done, not only me, but other libraries, what they've been touched upon. So this one was a book fee contest, a very attractive amongst the community. They were asked to send their selfie along with the book they are reading. And we've got hundreds of entries in that. All the entries have been posted on our Facebook page, and the prizes were announced according to that. So every day we were posting so many entries and the community was involved. New community also got involved in the way that the people whose picture we shared here shared it further, and other people liked our page. So they also came to know about the presence of the library. So this is how the social media spreads. Then another poster competition we conducted was this about the life during lockdown. This was in the initial part of the lockdown and people just couldn't step out and there was curfew in Chandigarh. So whatever resources they had it in their home, it was a free kind of a competition with not much rules, and the whole family was supposed to be involved in the poster. These posters, as you see, were made and the results were even announced on our Facebook page. Another one was organized on poems of Rabindranath Tagore, and we received a lot of entries in that. People have sent us our videos on our WhatsApp number, and we have further edited them and uploaded them on our Facebook. So every day these entries are also put, and all the participant entries we have put. So this is also very, has got a very positive welcome from the community. This is a very unique service, which I was talking about earlier also about the Vallapatnam community village Panchayat library in Kerala. They have done an array of activities here. And as you can see, this message here, children build communities, lot of services for the communities, for the children of the community, especially sitting at homes. They formed a creative home to defeat COVID. All the activities have been done by their homes. Maybe it is a science experiment, preparing masks or preparing sanitizers. These all activities are done by this library. And you can see these posters and all, they've also been presented, hand sanitization and all these. These posters have also been shared, and it's all been done through social media, especially WhatsApp groups, which have been made with the community children. This one is another one. This is the world's shortest film actor. He also came to the creative home defeat through the social media, and he interacted with children. So things are not very difficult. Anything can be organized. Social media is free, and you just have to bring the out-of-box thinking in you, and you can do lots. Delhi Public Library had also been doing a lot of things, and they've been organizing webinars on various topics and sharing information about e-resources. We at Chandigarh have been also sharing a lot of e-resources on our social media, which is available freely on the public domain, and people are able to read the e-material. in this regard, this National Library of India had also been participating. Pre-lockdown, they've also been doing activities, but here during lockdown, they've been running webinars and they're doing workshops on creative writing through the social media. And they've been providing the digital resources also free to all the public libraries of India. This page, you can see it's IFLA Global Report page, and the National Library is here located, placed in their report. Not even this library. Our library of the Central State Library, Chandigarh, has also been reported in the IFLA Global Report. The Kota Public Library has also been reported in this report, and the Vallapatnam Library in Kerala, the Panchayat Library, has also been reported. So they've been including all the innovative services which the libraries are doing during this COVID time. And let me tell you, information for all, they are still accepting the entries. If you are doing something unique in these COVID times, you send them the activities which they are doing. If it's selected, if you're doing really something good, they will put it on the report of IFLA. There are other contributors in this field. My introduction said that I am a mentor of INELI India and South Asia. So what is INELI? INELI is International Network of Emerging Library Innovators. Initially, I was an innovator in that, but now I am a mentor of INELI India and South Asia, covering 7 countries of South Asia. And this is basically a leadership program, and it has got a lot of motivation amongst the public librarians of India, and it has been a very positive step to bring out the public library movement. Next is the Indian Public Library Movement, IPLM, which is working on the ground level and to provide, going to the villages, other places where there are not much resources, and supporting the public libraries. National Mission on Libraries and the Raja Ramon Library Foundation, they've also been doing this for the organizing programs and for the public librarians. NGOs like Read India, Bookworm Goa are also doing a tremendous job. Read India is spread throughout India. Bookworm Goa is doing for the Goa community. Bugudi Library is in the Bangalore city, and it is working with the children of the rag pickers. Bakul Foundation is located in Orissa, and they are doing really good activities to promote reading among the community. There is a BIMTech library in Noida, which is also doing a community program. They've set up their libraries under the metro bridges, and they've set up jail libraries. And Vikramshila Education Resource Society has set up pocket libraries in northeast states of India, and they're working with that. Pratham has been publishing really good books for the children for different age categories. So these were the few contributors. There are lots more, but my presentation has a limit time, and we just have this much to discuss as of now. So thank you so much for your patient listening. And in the end, I will say that to contribute in the National Reading Mission of 2020, whose main theme is the digital reading, and they've come out with some programs, and all the schools, colleges, universities, public libraries, everybody can be involved in that. And you can be part of the public library movement and the further, which leads to the global movement. So in the end, I would say I'm proud to be a librarian and proudest to be a public librarian. Thank you. These are my contact details. If anybody wants to reach me, you can do that. And now I'm open to questions, please.
So may I request Lalita ji, if you do have some question from the chat box, then you can ask to the Neeza ji on behalf of the participants. Otherwise, Neeza ji, you can take the questions from chat box if there is any. Otherwise, most of the topic you covered, most of the things you already told. So I don't think, because I got the chat box, so people are giving a lot of thanks, the good presentation, and a very big thanks to Dr. Neeza. So these kind of things are coming out. So if there is something, then definitely Lalita ji is asked. Otherwise, it's a very good session, and I personally appreciate your work and as well as Dr. Srivastava, he's doing the Kota Public Library. Tremendous job you people are doing. I feel some changes in Delhi Public Library when the Dr. Bhakta Gaur is joining there. She's doing a lot more work with the basically, you can say, especially needed community. That is with the street child or with the community people, and a lot more things they are doing. Because my career is I just started my career as a librarian in the in Butterflies. This is the organization working for the street and working children. So I do have a very good experience to teach and work with the children, street children, basically. So it's a very different kind of experience you are getting when you work with the communities. So may I request Lalita ji, you have any question? Lalita ji. She's there. This is the technological problem. I don't know if she's there or not. So I must take this privilege to thanks our esteemed speaker for today, Dr. Neeza Singh, and she is doing the very tremendous job, and she has taken the public library initiative on.
I can see one question here.
Definitely.
How can public libraries provide skill development or building programs for the unemployed or the job seekers? Please give some ideas. This is from Sanmati Jain.
Okay.
So here I want to say that there are a lot of children who are preparing for some competitive exams and they want to clear these exams and do that. So a lot of support service can be provided through this. We can do that through books by providing them competitive books. Other people can be invited to take lectures regarding how to prepare for competitive exams and various topics which we come across that require some insight into that. So regular lectures can be organized, and a lot of public libraries are already doing that. And we can also invite some IS officers or some bank officers who've already cleared these exams to motivate them, to let them know how they can clear those exams. For the job seekers, you can organize some programs with the experts who know these, and to the placement cell people. You can coordinate with them. Every city has these placement cells. These people can be invited, and your community, you can just tell them what vacancies are available with them. Regularly in the newspapers, things are being published. You can make a wall in your library and just post all these job opportunities.
Thank you, Dr. Neeza ma'am. You have elaborated each and every aspect, how to promote our community to read, to come to the library and inculcate the reading habits. And it was very informative, excellent, innovative, and we all librarians can pick up from your ideas and enrich our library, and we can be a good host so that our readers can come to our library. They should love to visit us again and again. And there is one question from our participant: how you manage all the finances to organize these events?
Pardon? How you?
Is there, how you manage your finances to organize all these events?
Okay, here I would like to mention that we have these lot of programs through partnerships and through collaborative ways. Like I told you about the Senior Citizens Digital Literacy Program, we have this NGO which works for the senior citizens. They come there and they do it free of cost. Then this way, a lot of organizations like the IS officers I'm talking about, to take some motivational lectures, they don't charge anything. Although we've been fortunate in Chandigarh that we do have funds for some things, but there are a lot of people who want to come forward to do that, especially in our outreach programs. They want to work as resource persons, because once they see some good work is going on, other people from the community also want to get involved in that. I know of a lot of public libraries who don't have funds at all, but still they are doing a lot of things through partnerships and collaborative ways.
Thank you, ma'am. One more question is there: how we can organize e-book clubs? That is from Meenakshi, ma'am.
Okay. E-book clubs can be organized in the way, especially if you are in a college or in a school library or maybe in a public library. You can use some social media tools or other tools. For example, Google Classroom. Google Classroom can be used in which you can submit your reviews about the book, anything you can want to talk about that book, or for that matter, even on Facebook you can organize. You can just create a name of that book club by the name of that book club. You can create a page and people can join in who wants to join that book club, and they can just participate in that. They can read about their books, other people can comment their books, and this can be going on. One of the libraries in Chandigarh is doing that.
Thank you, ma'am. Last question, because there is shortage of time. Some participant wants to know which type of movies we should show to our college students and what time should be inculcated for the movie presentation.
So it depends, because every movie has its own duration. If you are showing a documentary, that has an educational part to it. If you are showing a feature film, that has something to do separately. For example, we take The Blue Umbrella. Blue Umbrella is a movie and it's also a book by Ruskin Bond. So you can organize a collaborative program with it. You show the movie and you discuss about the book, and you discuss about what's the difference between the movie and the book. Because you see, book reading and watching movie is very different at the same time, in the sense that it's more creative and imaginative if you're reading a book, because you can create your own characters in your mind, your own locations in your mind. But in a movie, in a feature film, it's all presented to you ready-made. So you see it that way. So these things can also be discussed with the college students, and things can be done that way.
Thank you, ma'am. In the last, I want to say that few participants wants to visit your library, and some participant has written that they want to shift to the public library after your lecture. And we are very thankful to you.
You know, let me tell you, basically, I am a college cadre librarian. I'm UGC clear, and my government can shift me to a college library any day. But I am a passionate public librarian and I just want to be here and do things. So it is an added variety of programs that we can do in a public library, and we connect to the community so well. So joining a public library is a very welcoming step, and mind you, you will really enjoy working here, and you will get a sense of satisfaction that you've done something for the community.
Thank you, ma'am. And you have covered each and every community portion, like children, older people, and really thankful to everyone who have listened this lecture, and I think they will be benefited in their own profession. It is not for the public library only. We can go to our libraries and inculcate all these reading habits for our users, and the maximum resources should be used. Thank you so much, everyone. And now I say to Mr. Anand to say few words for this webinar.
Thank you, Lalita ji. Thank you, Dr. Neeza, and thanks, Dr. Malviya, to associated me with the Library Professional Association and our treasurer. So I I do have a few announcements for the participants. Lot more people are asking about the PPT, so definitely I'll collect the PPT from Neeza ji and share to all the participants. And we do have the recording of this program. So that program is going to the YouTube. That is the Moving World. The channel name is Moving World. You just go to the Moving World and you find the recording of this program. So it will take 3-4 times. From tomorrow onwards, you can find the video of this program on that channel. And so many people are asking about the membership of the Library Professional Association. So you just visit our website. It is the lpaindia.in. There is the membership form is there. So you just take the form from there and you fill the form and send it to us. So during this lockdown, our secretary has announced that they will give the 10% discount to new membership. So instead of 2,000, you save the 200 rupee, you can send it 1,800 rupee for lifetime membership, and you will get the benefits. All the benefits are mentioned over there. And for certification, definitely I just request all the members, those who are not deposited the fee, they don't request us for the certificate, because that creates a lot of confusion. Okay. And it is not mandatory to everyone deposit the fee for the certificate. But yeah, of course, we have some restriction. We need some help for the professional development. So that's why we are charging this amount. It's a very little bit, not very much more, but definitely it will help to the professionals to organize the events like this. And yeah, of course, if you have any query, if you are not receiving certificate after 3-4 days, then certainly you have to just give me a WhatsApp on my number, your name, date of the webinar, and your email ID. You just WhatsApp me on 9910017177. So I request all of you, it's a good initiative taken by the LPA, and thank you, Dr. Malviya, Dr. Neeza, and Lalita ji, especially Salekchan ji, to taking this initiative in the lockdown period, and definitely will continue this program on and on. At least 3-4 webinar we are doing in a month regularly. So this is the what we are getting from this lockdown. Thank you, all of you.
We value your presence and participation, and will look forward all of you with your more friends. Thank you so much. All the best.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.